A decree.
Lot. They. The lead. All the world.
Endure.
Record Earth as the giant. But I want and
Ends with.
Maybe.
no matter. But if you some in art some what in on it many this it was having a slip in the ducks for gold.
I love
The gold. She
if
and
I
now to me she's the for
you must.
At last, the starting point of 30 million cycles is finally welcomed.
Its first end. And the final end, right? I can't hear his voice. There are no flowers there that bloom for him. Nor is there a star that is his. Finan is the only one who didn't reach the new world. Look, the golden light that shone upon the grove still meanders between heaven and earth, like the prophecies of Amphorius. It has to be a sign he left behind. It points towards the destruction and the deepest night. Do you still remember what I asked you at this exact spot the last time we set off? Friend, are you ready to become a hero? You were still burdened by the weight of world-bearing back then, still unsure of the role you were meant to play. But now, everyone has already given you the answer. The heroes of legends were just at the right place at the right time when the world needed a hero. Just like how your arrival kickstarted Amphorius' fate once more. A person's personality is their destiny. We best. Those are such beautiful words. Thank you, friend. I was also trying to cheer myself up with what I said. After all, before we truly compose the end of this story, I must also pluck up the courage to head off with you. And face a memory that I have forgotten for too long, and have denied for too long.
It's so dark. What is this place?
The great tomb of the Nameless Titan. The deepest recesses of memory. Also, the place where Cyrene was born. My apologies, friend. The more memories I got back along the way, the more I felt that something wasn't right. There's a sort of anxiety I can't get rid of. It's like when I was back in ID Silicii, when the reflections in the water always made me wonder, which is the real me? The one reflected in the water, or the one standing on the shore? But I finally get it now. Look, friend. The words on that wall are the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. That rhymeless tune is the lullaby of little fairies. As always, I'll read this book to you. That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone. I've always thought that I was the narrator of the Flame Chase journey. But as it turns out, the narrator is also the most devoted audience. At the moment of Aranova, I was enveloped by the texture of memories. Within the glistening crystal, I saw countless Cyrenes, as well as countless versions of me. This is the final puzzle piece of the memories. A prison born of the erudition, a grave annihilated in the destruction. That unknown solitary god, the 13th Titan who should not exist. The first new spore, the Demi-Urge, is right here.
The interrogation records have been submitted to the Marshal. According to the Ten Lords' decree, Jing Liu and Luocha shall continue to be detained in the Shuling. But you, Merlin's Claw, have been reluctant to end the transmission. Do you wish to reminisce with us? Or is there something else on your mind that you're just desperate to get out?
You're quite calm, Jingyuan. The Alliance only authorized the Law Food to be deployed for this Iron Tomb operation. They say the Seer Strategist's wisdom shines like a beacon. So why can't you see things clearly now?
So,
Look who's talking. I didn't vote against it, did I? But, with enemies all around us, even a child knows the Marshal needs to keep a few Xianzhou ships in reserve, just in case. Whoever volunteers first is the Marshal's pick. If you have to ask, I'd say this outcome plays right into Jingyuan's hands. Like it or not, there's no way we're letting the Law Food take the lead in this battle.
Oh my, Merlin's Claw. Are you afraid the Law Fu might steal the Yao Qing's glory?
This is no laughing matter. Between the Stellaron crisis and the War Dance ceremony, though the chaos has settled, rumors and speculation are only growing by the day. With Elder Huaiyan around, those with ulterior motives won't be able to stir up any trouble. But once the Law Fu gets their hands on the Golden Blood, it'll be a whole different story. With the kind of person Jing Liu is, and her connection to you, I don't need to spell it
sao?
out. There are countless
Cái mà
ways
tình
this
yêu
could be
vậy ạ?
spun into something bigger.
You're overthinking it, General Fei Shao. When I volunteered for this task, I never expected unanimous support from the Alliance anyway. The Law Fu will seize the Golden Blood and redeem itself. That'll be our first win. Then we'll leverage this Golden Blood in the negotiations. Our second win. These two wins for the Law Fu will make all three of us happy. And that'll be our third win. Look, if this were a Skyfaring Commission deal, we'd be rolling in money, wouldn't we?
Maybe the Divine Foresight should change his name to the Optimistic Foresight instead?
With the Decalite reflection barrier, the Yuchue must understand even more than the Luo Fu how significant this battle is. Amphorius' karma has vanished from the matrix of prescience. What omen does General Yao Guang see in this anomaly?
In divination studies, we call this an empty fortune. It involves the eons and is thus beyond what mere mortals can comprehend.
Your explanation isn't any clearer than Lady Fu's.
Come on. How hard is it to understand the word uncertainty? For the Cobalt Head, the emergence of Iron Tomb is a calculated instant, but I don't believe they will just sit around waiting for death. And for the powers of the cosmos, this is a glimmer of hope for them, and the key to turning the tide of interstellar affairs. The Astral Express is leading the formation of an allied force, but I can see each faction has its own hidden agenda. There are even divisions within the Alliance, so it's not that hard to imagine how the other factions will react. Jing Yuan, I crossed paths with Selenova's Legion at the Battle of Sedunirama Star Cluster. Be extremely careful. The Ruined Legion's troops and weaponry are nothing to write home about. The IPC, even the denizens of Abundance, could take them on. However, while Void Rangers are just expendable pawns of the destruction, the real wild cards are...
The Lord Ravagers.
Indeed. Nanook's emanators are also their weapons to burn down the paths. I'm afraid conventional military tactics and strategies will be useless against them. My assessment is this. To completely take down a Ravager, we must disregard casualties and spare no cost. My only fear is one wrong move,
and the Lawfu will fall into Fintilia's trap again, inching ever closer to destruction.
Doubt is exactly the demon she wants to plant in our hearts. Do you still remember the beginning of the Alliance Oath? To save future generations from war and bloody dispute. The Rainbow's arrows have always aimed at any force that threatens the cosmos. Now that the Trailblaze walks alongside us, the Cloud Knights shall keep their oath as they have from the beginning. I just hope those on the front line will remain safe.
The chronocognitive anchor is sending a signal. Everyone, time to move out.
Did he and the others make it?
Let me go over the plan one more time, just in case. You'll enter Amphorius, reunite with your 3 separated companions, and try to locate Iron Tomb from within the world. Who are you taking with you?
The fate of the universe hangs in the balance. We can't afford any slip-ups. I suggest everyone, except Pom-Pom, join the fight.
We do need to be prepared for all possible contingencies. I have no objection to this.
I'll do whatever I can.
Meanwhile, Screwy and I will continue attacking the Demiurge Matrix. That is, the Scepter's kernel, from the outside. With our 2-pronged attack, we'll turn this hunk of metal into scrap for sure. Now we just wait for those 2 to get back. Oh, and just like that, they're here.
Sorry to keep you waiting. With Planet Screwlum's help, the formation of the Cosmic Alliance to counter Iron Tomb is progressing smoothly.
The cosmos has set its sights on Amphorius, and now it's just waiting for the first shot.
Well then, let's not waste any more time, Fourth Mirror.
It's my time to shine! Finally off the bench! Initiating thought refraction. Please read the safety protocols carefully.
Huh?
Just kidding! I've already checked the agreement box for everyone. And now, destination, Amphorius. 3, 2, 1, launch!
The flow of Memoria is so heavy here. Unlike Panagoni's dreamscape, this place has built up a true epic measured in millennia.
The vortex of Genesis, where all myths begin and end. And in this new world created by the Nameless, the infinite cycles have been broken.
Let's set up the Trailblaze beacon and establish contact with the outside world.
I'll leave it to you then. It'd be better for me to not show myself in front of the Garden of Recollection. And, Mr. Sunday, you probably shouldn't show yourself either.
Agreed.
The Astral Express has landed. If you receive this message, please respond immediately. Over.
This is the Cianjo Alliance. Communications normal.
Interastral Peace Corporation. Communications normal. No response from the Galaxy Rangers. Not surprising. But I didn't expect the family to also stay silent at such a critical moment.
That's a pretty blatant disregard from the family for Penacony's independent director, I'd say. Long time no see, Miss Himiko.
It's been quite a while, Madam Jade.
The significance of this battle rivals that of the campaign against Zulo. Only through victory can we disperse the
shadow of Iron Tomb that looms over countless worlds. The 10 Stonehearts shall spare no effort for such a grand mission for the preservation.
Madam Jade led the Intelligentsia Guild in conducting specialized research on Iron Tomb's past activities. The bad news is, the collapse of the erudition won't just affect inorganic beings.
You mean Iron Tomb can infect organic life, too?
Well, the good news is, so far, its effects on organic life are under control. The infection progresses slowly, and the resulting neuropathy is non-fatal. In any case, the IPC can guarantee targeted vaccine coverage within 48 system hours in all star zones within the medical system.
What about other star zones? At a time like this, are the followers of the Firmament Arbiters still trying to make a profit?
I remember you, Master Diviner. Your performance during the Third Denizens of Abundance War was quite impressive. Please rest assured, all worlds can purchase vaccines from the IPC with a humanitarian discount. That's the current policy at the very least. But if the Xianzhou Alliance is willing to assist with the IPC's assets in Epsilon and other star systems, we'll have more cards to play when reiterating to the board the necessity of deep cooperation.
It makes sense, since Interracial Peace Entertainment's headquarters is in Epsilon. But why are all the other worlds on the list? Places that the Elation has visited?
Think of it as a long-term investment. Please understand that everyone at Pierpoint is swamped with Iron Tomb work, especially the marketing development department. At this rate, even the 10 Stonehearts can only do so much. Having some assistance from the Alliance would surely benefit the entire cosmos. Wouldn't you agree?
As an old Xianzhou saying goes, those who succeed should help all under heaven. Your proposal must be decided on by the 7 Arbiter Generals. I'm just here to relay the message. In times of crisis, the Luofu will not hesitate to help those in need. However, the prerequisite is that the IPC must unconditionally assist the Alliance with emergency rescue operations in the disaster area.
Of course. In the name of preservation, all for the Amber Lord.
Thank you all for your selfless dedication.
It's clear that each party still has qualms about everything.
The clash between destruction and erudition isn't just about the fate of the cosmos. It's a moment for all factions to reshuffle their cards.
You can never be too careful when battling a Lord Ravager. All are equal in matters of life and death.
In any case, we can only hope for the best in all that's to come. It's about time we dive into the Vortex and see what Amphorius looks like on the inside. I wonder where he and the others are right now.
I will walk to the end with all your wills, no matter the cost. My childhood musings, huh? So naive. I will walk walk to the end with all your wills, no matter the cost. I will walk to the end with all your wills, no matter the cost. So this was my childhood dream, huh? I will walk to the end with all your wills, no matter the cost. I will walk to the end with all your wills, no matter the cost.
Hello? How's the signal? Can you hear us? Ah, we're through!
Miss Branya? Miss Serval? What?
We've already heard from Miss Topaz about the... I can't believe the express crew...
Don't worry. We're still following the plan step by step.
Yarillo 6 is located on the outskirts of...
That kid's apart and Payla our business.
That would be unnecessary.
Miss Branya, I'm...
Of course.
Don't worry, Miss Himiko.
We really wish we could help. But the Astral Express, standing at the forefront... In the face of a massive... But... That's...
If anything goes wrong...
No problem.
I appreciate your kindness.
Miss Branya. May all civilization...
Good news, Miss Himiko.
Words cannot express...
The Lawfu already considers, but this time, the Marshal herself decided to send out troops. If we can stand together with civilizations across the universe to overcome this crisis, then we must do so, even at the cost of our own lives.
The Alliance truly embodies the principle of righteousness. It's fortunate that the cosmos has great heroes like you.
You're too kind. As for that Jade Abacus of Allying Oath, you can save it for when you're in more dire need.
Oh, stimmt, ja. Das ist, glaube ich, 17. Stop pipián.
I regret to inform you, Miss Himiko, that even the strategic investment, however, other departments at the IPC might also take this opportunity to extend an olive branch to when that time comes. I hope. Sounds like a threat, doesn't it?
Has the internal conflict within the IPC...
Everyone knows about the bad blood between Diamond and Oswaldo. At least until now, until the Lord Ravager Archforger caught the board's attention. I'll leave it at that, as it's confidential information. Hope you can understand.
I understand.
It's okay.
Of course, we would never know them.
Miss Himiko.
Yes?
Yes. On behalf of the Penacone...
I've heard about the internal...
Thank you for understanding my charitable foundation.
Miss Robin.
Why?
Everything in Akama seemed...
It seems it was even more
The fruit on the table, it's as if everyone...
Could this be?
Unlikely. He's still under. Could it be some kind of
a custom. Pardon my frankness, Mr. Yang.
Is often the prelude.
Everyone, be careful.
Here they come. Here they come.
Evernight. How is this?
We are the chroniclers of time, and we do finally the last era Nova.
What did you do to the residents of the Holy City?
I didn't need to do anything. The remembrance will ultimately become this now. They are the 12 Titans who...
Stop fooling around, March.
What? I practiced so long for this. Getting seen through right away.
But if possible...
well, long time no see. Guess I'm back?
We should be the ones to say that. So, these jellyfish...
They're just tiny manifesting. Thanks to him, we all turned...
How?
It can't be a...
Please don't add weird stuff to Amphora. He looks way more majestic.
Unbelievable.
This isn't just a gathering.
That colossal deity.
Surprise?
Those people didn't disappear. Our good buddy now bears the...
Awakening?
Yeah. After time watches over you, and then... bring the... Come on, everyone! Let's get close. Watch how the world-bearing prophecy change...
Well, it seems the...
All the more reason.
Majestic. Speaking of which, I once caught a glimpse in Sleepyhead's memory of him transformed into a towering Tatalov. Could it be?
No way! That was just a nice dreamscape. At least nice for him.
They are the throne of worlds who bears the weight of this world. Perhaps they could guide a traveler still wandering among the stars.
Hey, since when did you get all pious? This advice sounds pretty...
Citizens, behold! Our last Titan! The world-bearing Oh, ancient god! Your loyal subjects, bewildered followers, and fearless comrades in arms have all knelt before your throne. Awaken from your eternal slumber and bestow upon the world your divine prophecy.
guide us. Show us how to embrace this beloved world as we welcome that distant dawn.
To walk the path of a mortal as a god, or to bear a divine burden as a mortal.
He will give us the answer.
But I am not the deliverer. Rather, I am the Nameless, who dwells among mortals.
That voice is definitely him.
I heard your prayers. The core flames flickered and dimmed, and the age of the gods met its end.
Wow.
So flow, golden blood, flow. I'll bestow it upon you, returning it to the true masters of this world. Stand with me and become heroes.
Is this?
Yes, it's the miracle he brought to Amphorius. Of course, it would manifest in the form of the Trailblazer.
Golden blood, raining down like a storm. The prophecy has...
But to become heroes of rebellion, to face...
Prophecy of the Deliverer means nothing to me now. It belongs in the hands of someone far more fitting. Someone like all of you. In the name of Kazlana, let us depart and...
It's neither protection nor salvation. There's no need for totems or myths. Humanity's most primal faith is that instinct named survival.
Let's go, everyone. Someone has already sounded the horn of departure. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. Together, let us...
Is it just me, or does this demiurge matrix feel completely dead? It's nothing like how the memo keeps...
The environmental readings are all wrong. Conclusion. This must be what the kernel actually looks like in the real world.
Okay,
What did Xandar do to the scepter?
At the end of light, there must be silence. Certain, pure, and absolute darkness.
Not the time to quote the Lord of Silence. Bad omen. Either way, we have to press on. Until we uncover the truth behind the 13th Titan.
The buried past is the key to...
Xandar says the Demiurge never existed. It vanished too cleanly. No trace, too bad I'm the type who can't resist digging deeper. Looks like I'll be counting on you again, Screwy. Let's tear the system inside out.
Always happy to help. But as your academic partner, I have to ask. Herta, what if we fail? Let's say the Demiurge really doesn't exist. Do you have a backup plan?
A backup plan? Of course. If we can't find the key, we turn the lock into the key.
That plan's cost is incalculable. It shouldn't even be on the table.
Then let's hope we never have to use it. There's no point worrying about the end just yet. One step at a time. Let's go. We don't want to leave the others waiting. You brought what I asked for, right?
A butterfly has to land on the branch before it can dance. We'll need a wide open platform. Before her entrance.
Just use that thing over there, Zag.
Light up the dawn.
What a dumb name. I hereby rename it Herta's Big Hand. What I call power. Keep it going. Still not done? What is this? A junkyard for old and all set. Time for your precious treasure to make its debut.
Of course. Just give me a second. Target initialized. With these wings, hacking should be much more efficient.
Is this also a blessing of the Trailblades?
Oh.
Just a personal preference. Also a personal
It reminds me of the last time that yours is way too...
Herta, your top suggestion. Let's get...
I thought we were done with that.
Unfortunately, current Iron Tomb never stops every instant in the Eon's calculation.
Which is exactly why we can't. And now, Droidhead wants to hand down...
But in this ultimate battle, if you choose to burn yourself out as a resource, then everything we've worked for means nothing. Herta, the cosmos won't just stand by and let a genius throw their life away. And neither will I.
Niet den knop volgen. De knop. Ook nog niet.
No need to kill the mood. This is why we're here. I'm not here to be a deliverer right now.
Of course. Time to board. After you.
Let's tidy this place up and see what this demiurge... Let's hope this Matrix better organized than the Emperor's junkyard of a birthplace. Buckle up. We're hacking in. This is...
Herta, this whole space has been completely tainted by some kind of energy.
I see it too. We're thinking the same thing. Xandar, how could you go this far? Turning your own graveyard into this. What's that up ahead?
Katorzane algebraic expressions. It's built for isolation, not defense.
So basically, the door to the tomb, right? Great. Let's find the handle.
I'm picking up multiple independent signals with the same data structure as the battery. Projection. We can hack the terminal, reverse the computation, and turn it into an attack.
Classic move. Use their own systems against them. Take us to the nearest one. almost no response. Just as I feared. Not promising.
The output is barely a third of what we need. Logic says we'll need multiple terminals to coordinate the strike. Locking onto the next one now.
So?
Find anything else?
Regarding the origin of these ruins, no logs found yet. Xander, but I did find some interesting scars in the circuit. High energy radiation, internal imaginary energy contamination. From what I know, there's only one thing that...
Skip the science talk, Screwy. The Stellaron.
Exactly.
So that's what he meant. He wanted to turn the neuron. The life force...
It makes sense. The prime mover of... Then, does this mean finding the demiurge is hopeless?
No, I'd say exactly the opposite. It means Xandar had no control. He couldn't contain the demiurge just like he couldn't handle Droidhead. So he tried to erase every trace. But he failed. It still left a mark. By the way, if there's another Stellaron in Emporius, why hasn't that little one reacted to it at all?
You said the demiurge left a trace, right?
Yeah, but not in the real world. Remember the great tomb of the Nameless Titan?
I've traced it all. No fix.
Trailblaze Archive 466. The data...
Inside that world, but Evernight said the Nameless Titan...
A mimetic entity full of
The remembrances behave...
And that's the key, Screwy. So we have to assume that both are true.
The truth.
Exactly. Xandar had to lie to the original Finan and Cyrene.
Logic. He had already identified the remembrance as a threat, yet found no viable way to eliminate it.
All right, let's finish this. Time to break through that barrier.
Light up the dawn.